my gosh. It is dramatically lower. What's going to, guys? So in today's video, we're probably going to be making Clifford completely undrivable on the 12 wides because we are going lower. We're going to remove our rear blocks and dump the front keys. We've got a ton of thread on the keys where they're turned up some. I think it's going to drop pretty dramatically once we back those all the way out. We'll have to see if it can turn because it already rubs pretty bad, and right now it's just, like I said, got the keys maybe turned halfway up from like probably how it came stock, and then we have 2-inch rear drop shackles, so it's pretty much perfectly leveled. Got the reverse leveled look going on right now, but doing this, it's definitely going to give it that full, like it's supposed to be low, right? Like right now it just kind of looks like it's a stock truck with wides on it, right? Whereas when we go 2 inches lower, it's definitely going to be like, okay, he meant for that thing to be low and wide. Anyways, let's go ahead and get to the basement, get started. Before we lower the keys, let's grab a quick measurement of the front from tire to fender, right under 5 inches. All right, gonna be our first true test of the Daytona. And we are clear. So now, let's drop some keys. So as you can see, the keys are turned up pretty high, so it's definitely gonna go much lower. Let's go ahead and back them out, see how far it drops. Gonna screw this in enough for it to be tight. We could just take them out, doesn't really matter, but we'll leave them like that. Let's go ahead and drop it down and see how much she lowered. Oh yeah, should go down more as it settles. That tire gets pushed out. And when we get the other side lower, it's going to drop it down even more. Yeah, see, now it's down below 4. So it's done a full inch drop right there without even doing the other side. So let's go ahead and do the other side and see what the final results are on the front. Oh, holy crap. Oh my gosh. All right, well, it's, oh my gosh, it looks slam, dude. Okay, so now it is showing 3.5 inches over here. I definitely wish the rear was gonna be as easy to drop as this front was. Unfortunately it's not, but hopefully it doesn't put up too much of a fight. Let's go ahead and pull those rear blocks. Should sit probably about level again, just 1.5 inches lower. So to remove our rear block, all we gotta do is take these 2 U-bolts off. It's 4 nuts, obviously. Then we're gonna jack the truck up by the leaf spring up there. I'll show you all that. Slip this out, lower it back down. Probably not gonna have enough threads to use this without putting the block on top, but that's fine, we can do that as well. So let's go ahead and pop these babies off. Now just go ahead and put your jack in front of the rear tire on that bottom leaf pack. I'm just going to raise it up enough to take the block out. Alright, you can see the little dimple right here, right? Got one in your leaf spring right there. Gotta line that up, so whenever you lower it down, you might have to rotate the axle forward or backwards to get that to line up properly. Alright, did we make it? We did. Perfect. So that one lined up. No issue, as you can see. No gap. Perfectly fine. So if you look at our U-bolts, this is probably going to be a common issue. The threads are actually pretty warped just from water and stuff sitting on them, corrosion, whatnot. I think they're going to be too short anyways. I actually already put that thing back on there. They're too short to reuse on here as far as mine. Different trucks are different. Like my 2018, I was able to reuse the factory U-bolts, but you're not going to on here. Now there's a couple different options. I've seen people do washers to give it some space, which I would not recommend. That's a little too sketchy in my opinion. I just don't feel comfortable with that. Now this little guy on top is what is designed to hold your leaf springs, obviously. So if you have like a flat block, which I was going to put these in here, a flat block, this will fit perfectly on, right? Fit perfect, you'll be able to reuse that. Now this one's a little short. I think this was off of my Tacoma, so I'm actually not going to use that. Now if you look here, we shouldn't have any issues putting this on top, because obviously it was like this before. It's got this rounded edge, shouldn't have any issues with it jumping off. Obviously we're going to tighten it down really good, but as you can see there's a good bit of height here, so if we use that one, it's going to be so short we're going to get into some of these boogered threads anyways. So we're not going to reuse this. We're just going to put this block on top, if I can get it in here. Not the easiest thing to do one-handed. Just find where that pin is up top, line it up in the bottom of there, and it's loose right now, but it'll pull down. So then just put your leaf springs on top of there. I'm not going to grab the other one, but we're just going to put the block on top of the leaf spring like that. And then our U-bolts will be up high enough to where it should zip down to exactly where it was before, and then we'll be good to go. So I'm going to go ahead and hand crank these just to make sure they are absolutely snug as possible. I'll get the other side knocked out, and we'll get the truck outside and see how much lower it is. Alright, we're gonna hop out, see my first reaction, because I have not seen the truck before, even though you might have already seen some B-roll. I haven't filmed any of that yet. So, oh my gosh, it is dramatically lower. Holy crap. That is so much lower, especially the rear. That is dramatic. Sorry, I was holding the camera weird. That is dramatically lower. Oh my gosh, dude, it does look sick. The front took like 2 seconds, and then obviously the rear took much longer. And we are currently sitting on the bump stops, which I gotta decide if I'm gonna, I mean, I'm sure I'll cut them. They're kind of garbage. Oh, let me just show you. The bump stops are pretty much rotted out anyways, but as you see, we're sitting on the bump stop, so I'll probably just cut that bottom little thing off. It's not gonna matter. But I imagine it's probably pretty bouncy right now. I haven't driven it on the road. I'm going to here in just a bit. We got some camber going on. Dadgum. Camber gang. Obviously I haven't gotten an alignment. I'm sure that's why it is. She's tucking hard, because it was, you know, aligned for what was it, 2.5 inches higher than this is what it was aligned for. Oh my gosh. It looks so sick. It is straight up like a little turtle. Larry's like, come on, man, show me some love. And there we go. No more sitting on the bump stops. Alright, we got a nice sized bump on this bridge right here. Let's see if it completely destroys the truck. As of right now, it's riding and driving pretty much the same as it did before. Let's see here. This is gonna be brutal. Oh, honestly, not bad at all. It's funny how lowering your keys can actually do wonders. Like, this thing took abuse when it was just factory, like keys turned up just some, probably how it came from the factory. it's amazing the abuse that they just take, and it just feels like nothing, like compared to having your keys kind of turned up. They're a little more abrasive, but yeah, it feels pretty much the exact same, minus if you let go of the steering wheel, it tries to pull to the left some now, which is to be expected, not having an alignment and lowering it that much. Our camber's off, I'm sure our everything is off right now, I'm sure. Oh my gosh, dude, this thing looks freaking ridiculous. So much camber going on up front too. It's the first time I've gotten out of it since driving it. Oh, dude, it looks freaking sick though. It's like when Stancy Boy meets truck. Obviously, I'm not a Stancy Boy. I used to. I had that bagged Mustang. Look at that camber. Oh, I already know. I put this on TikTok. People are going to be going crazy over the camber. Yeah, it's definitely got some camber going on. Let's see if it got any rubbing. Yeah, you can see where it rubbed. Just barely, and it peeled it off just on the inside. It's nothing crazy. Waiting for a car to come blowing up in here and scream at me. That's why I'm over here by this for sale sign. If they come over here, I'm gonna be like, yeah, I'm getting a number off this. I'm thinking about buying me some property. I wish, dude, it's beautiful. Needs a good bush hogging, but dude, it looks so sick. Can't help but wonder what it looked like jacked all up now. So bizarre it being this low. Just the perspective of everything is so different. Anyways, hopefully I got some cool B-roll here. Y'all already saw that earlier in the video. This is where I got it. So we'll see, but I'm gonna quit rambling. Y'all comment down below, let me know. So this look might be popular in your area, wherever you live, or just maybe not uncommon, but here in small town Alabama, this is definitely not the typical look you see on trucks. And so the looks that I have been getting have, they've been all over the place. For one, everyone's looking. Literally, like people that you wouldn't even expect to look at a truck are looking at this thing, because obviously it's bright red. It's looking pretty bizarre on the wides, being low. It's definitely a neck breaker. Some of the looks that I'm seeing, confusion, interest, and possibly just downright disgust. I saw this one dude, he did a full 180 when I turned back there, and I mean, some people had resting B-word faces, I know, but he did not look pleasantly, he did not look like he enjoyed looking at the truck, even though he stared from the time he could see me to the time he couldn't see me. But didn't look like a face of enjoyment, that's for sure, which is hilarious. But yeah, it's funny, it's unique, it's different. Is that good? I don't know. Up to each person, but it definitely is different than the usual. That is for a fact.